Okay, let's do it. If we go down to this either end, see, you can get it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this, right?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so we're talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got an amazing show tonight. Oh my God, the creators of the legendary animated series South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker are back.
South Park's never been Matt and I sitting there going, okay, what's offensive? What can we do that's offensive?
Hello, Craig.
We just are sort of offensive people. So
Red Rocket. Come on, dog. Red Rocket.
You watched all 4 days of the Democratic Convention?
On Wednesday night, I had to watch South Park, so, you know, I was...
Oh, this is hot scissoring. Scissor me timber. All right, I'd like to solve the puzzle. Niggers.
All the bad in society is our fault. Blame us.
Now, how about we do some scripture readings from the Book of Mormon? All right. They have a new musical opening on Broadway that is getting rave reviews. It's called The Book of Mormon.
Been here in New York for 2.5 months. This is opening night in about, what, an hour?
South Park seems like a million miles away.
But we start in South Park in 2 weeks. We're really stupid.
This was the longest break we've ever had in between runs. It's been quiet here for the last few months. It won't be any longer here shortly.
Do you have concerns about their creative energy for this season?
Well,
Knowing we have 7 shows coming up and we don't have any ideas for them yet, that's typical, but to go back to South Park is going to be really hard.
there's this documentary being made on South Park. So that starts shooting now.
Let's go to the bathroom, boys. Bathroom cam.
Here for a car wash today, sir?
Oh, yeah, I probably should, actually.
What's it?
Okay. I'll have,
Want to get that little mini detail for 75?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me the keys. I'll just give them to you. What's your name?
Trey.
Trey, okay. I'll take care of you first. What time are you leaving today?
5 in the morning, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is kind of our mission every morning to go in and come up with ideas and jokes.
Writer's room is off limits. I will only bother the writer's room if there's something that has got to be dealt with or answered right on the spot.
Man, we gotta do 7 episodes.
We never had cameras in the writers' room.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a safe place. For all the good ideas that we get, there's like 100 not so good ones. The Japanese tsunami, which isn't funny at all, but there is like every a couple days, it's like a new video comes out because so many people were videos. Yeah. Everyone has a video phone. It looks, oh, it's terrifying. Anyway, so tsunami show, people are into that.
Super funny.
Real funny. And you got to feel safe to just go, what about this? And it's like people go, and you go, okay, you know, I don't take any offense. You didn't like my idea, and you got to feel like it's weirdly vulnerable.
I've had friends that worked at other shows, and if you say something that doesn't work, they're like, yeah, it sucks, you suck, you're not funny. And these guys, it's actually a very kind room, and I think like the worst you get is, okay.
The way that they work is definitely like having fun, laughing, chasing that, and never making it like a grind.
Do that. Start with the boys at the theater, and they're like, it seems like movie trailers make you feel stupid these days. Yeah. Hello, fuck you. Kevin James is Zookeeper. Go see it, asshole.
That trailer,
Talking monkey in a movie?
He's gonna help you get laid?
Kevin James is a zookeeper. Fuck you. He's about to get married. Fuck you.
I'm a squirrel. I can't talk. Fuck you.
Pirates of the Caribbean 40-fucking-8. Fuck you.
You'll notice that a lot of the people that work here, they'll be walking by back and forth, and they're always kind of Because they know the more we're laughing in there, the less hours they probably have to work in here.
When they walk by, there's no laughing, and Trey's doing this, and I'm pulling up my hair, and I'm sitting there like,
3 in the afternoon,
yeah, they're like,
and we
oh
should
God,
be done.
we're gonna be here fucking late tonight.
Yeah.
These guys can't think of anything. You know what's getting a lot of traction in the last like maybe 6 months is how fucked up the NCAA is and how fucked up it is that players don't get paid. They're playing on ABC on Sunday in front of like 20 million people, and they can't afford to fly their mom to the game. You look in the crowd and everybody's white, all the athletic directors, everybody's white, all the players are black, or most of them are, 90% of them are black. And you're like, dude, you're selling their image like on video. You're signing video game deals.
When I first met him, we had just seen Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Matt, like, really hated it. And he was kind of going off about it, and he was like, it was like a rape. He just kept saying, like, the movie was like a rape. And while he's saying this, like, Trey's just kind of like pacing around, and then Trey just goes, okay, so the boys are coming out of Kingdom, and then it just started, I was like, oh my God, it's becoming an episode.
Why are they doing this? They're just taking Indiana Jones and they're raping him! I can't watch. Let's get out of here, Kyle. Why would Spielberg and Lucas do this? Come on, let's go! Why are they doing this? Just run!
So then what if Cartman starts a lucrative business of getting crack babies to play basketball?
Yeah.
And he videotapes these crack babies, and it becomes really big, but he doesn't pay the crack babies anything.
Yeah.
Because Stan's mom volunteers at the hospital where she holds crack babies. And Cartman sees a really great investment opportunity.
Yeah. The most successful businesses in America don't pay their labor.
Yeah.
Don't you understand,
It's
Cal?
slave labor.
I see you're gonna represent the crack babies against me.
How much money are they paying you, Cal? No, I'm doing it pro bono. What?
You're doing it just to get a fucking boner.
You know, I'd be fine. If you were doing it for money, I'd understand. But just to get a boner, Kyle, Jesus Christ.
But I could see what happened there, because it's like, you don't want to take up all the cycles. And like,
There's a show on this Wednesday. We don't even know what it is. And like even though that's the way we've always done it, there's this little thing going, oh, you're screwed. You're screwed. And then I tried to get a diversion and play a little Xbox last night, and a big ad for South Park came up on the Xbox. And I found, starting Wednesday, and I was just like, oh, shit, just can't get away from it. Let's do this. Let's go till 11:30, trying to come up with something completely new. Then from 11:30 to 12:30, we'll pick which of these shows we're gonna do. Then we'll come up with a scene for that, and then we'll be done.
A whole nother show.
Last night, I went onto iTunes, and that thing came up again. It's like, your iTunes is out of date, which happens every time. God damn it, here it goes again. I gotta download another version of fucking iTunes. How many times have I hit agree to that, and I've never even read one line of it? It's like, Kyle's in trouble, we gotta help. He's like, fuck Cal, I don't care. It's like, dude, he agreed to the iTunes terms and conditions. Like, oh my God, get him inside.
The joke is that everyone always reads that except for Kyle. Even Butters is sitting with him.
Well, how can you agree to something you didn't read, Kyle? That is part I put in two. Never, ever click something without reading it. I said disagree.
Because then Stan even showing up at Cartman's house going, we gotta hide Stan. And Cartman's like, why? And it's like, he agreed to the fucking iTunes terms and conditions. Like, what?
Damn it!
Did he read it? I happened to be downloading the new version of iTunes for the 400th time and was like, clicking on that agree thing. I'm like, I wonder if there's anything really messed up in here that I'm agreeing to. Then we had this parody of Human Centipede that went into it. And then you start to know, oh, wait, this is actually starting to be something.
And just draw a little Kyle hat on that second one. Look, this is Kyle in the middle, just getting fucking booed.
Let's just do a profile shot first, just sort of what really it looks like in Human Centipede. Let's see that as the side shot, and then let's also see it basically like Japanese guy head on with Kyle kind of peeking out back here, and then her back here. If we decide we're gonna go that route, we'll probably build a white walk cycle for it. And that was good. So I got them corralling the real version.
Whenever Cartman comes in, it doesn't matter what's going on in the story. He just has to have brought the front guy a huge cappuccino with 6 extra shots of
I've learned that men really they dig poo.
It's like the shit goes in here, out the fucking ass, into this mouth, in this fucking ass, up this house, up into a cloud. Down to the mouth, out the fucking ass of this part.
Just upload all your stuff to the cloud and then down into your fucking asshole.
His fucking mouth into his ass.
The Japanese man could have to talk for the whole centipede, you know? I was like, what do you want to do, Kyle? I was like, whoa. He said he won't do, you know? Just whisper into my asshole. You know, generally, it's like it's a good idea if everyone in the room is laughing, and then Ann Garofino's kind of looking a little bit like,
yeah, she's bummed
really,
out.
we're doing that? And they're like, oh yeah, Ann, we're gonna do that.
When they shit into each other's mouths, we're not going to see feces in the iteration that I have seen so far. But I don't know what's going to happen at the end yet. We haven't written the end. Maybe, yes, maybe we see them being sewn together. Yeah. Thanks. Happy Easter to you too.
I like these pastels.
More violent on the shake. Just gotta match Kyle's head to the butt. And then I gotta do the same thing to his butt and her head.
In this building, you not only have to be good and diverse, but you also have to be fast. So if it takes you 4 days to get something done, you can't really contribute. When push comes to shove and we're in production, people just have to be able to turn stuff around.
Most studios have a storyboard department, and all they do is storyboard. And then you'll have a character design department, and all they do is character design, and then they'll have a background design department, and they'll all get a couple of days or 3 days or so to at least do their job. Everybody in here does all that, and in 1/10 of the time of a normal studio.
Usually Simpsons and Family Guy, those shows take like 8 to 10 months, and we're doing it, 6 days. No one does an animated show like this.
On Thursday, we get one scene, we jam it through the storyboard departments, we get the boards drawn, we get editorial to build that initial animatic. The guys will go in and record that scene.
Trey's the quarterback. We're kind of like the offensive line. If Trey all of a sudden wants to do a homage to Heavy Metal, the animated movie,
Appease the gods by lathering her boobs with soapy suds.
Okay.
we have to figure out how to do that. If he wants to do guys bouncing on their nutsacks,
I'm stoned off my balls.
it's our job to figure out how it works. But it all starts and ends with Trey and Matt.
Oh, so sorry, Kyle, but I am starving. Which would you rather I eat? Should I eat a cuttlefish and asparagus or the vanilla pesto? Cuttlefish and asparagus? Very well, I will eat the cuttlefish.
You do eating sounds?
Oh, yeah.
That's a cuttlefish and asparagus.
It's so funny. It's so stupid.
That the cuttlefish and asparagus is not sitting well. Oh no! Cuttlefish. Cuttlefish is about to come out of my asshole. Oh, here it comes. Oh, it's going to be a rot. Hold on, Kaido. I believe in you. No! Cuttlefish is about to come out of my asshole!
It's just so funny that Matt and I are in our 40s now and we're still, like, when that Japanese guy shits in Kyle's mouth and Kyle shits in the lady's mouth, it makes us laugh so goddamn hard. And I know it doesn't, there's like a lot of people out there that don't laugh at that shit as hard as we do. But it's just so satisfying for me, especially after going from Book of Mormon and all the, you know, the Broadway and the accolades and all this, like, you know, and it was great. I'm super proud of that, but it's just so funny to come back here and just do a Japanese guy shitting in Kyle's mouth. It's just like, it's just back to our roots, you know?
Hold on, Kaido! I believe in you!
Yeah, just keep him kind of moving and shaking. So it's like, oh God, give me a ride! Here it comes! Hold on, Kyle! I believe in you! You know?
Even though we're a partnership, and I really do feel that way, that we each bring kind of like something different to the table, and it's why it's made us survive in the stuff. The way that the stories and either in South Park or the movies or expressed, is completely through Trey. Like, Trey's the chef.
Hey, you see my iPad token? Funny, you don't seem to have one. I thought your family was rich. Nah, 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 blah, 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 blah.
Tom Saltzman says you just glued a piece of glass to an iPad cover and you're faking it.
Flatter on that. Tom Saltzman says you just glued a piece of glass to an iPad cover and you're faking it.
So keep that, okay.
Yeah.
Tom Saltzman says you just glued a piece of glass to an iPad cover and you're faking it.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
When we first started getting famous and stuff, we were like, oh my God, Matt and Trey. And Trey's the director. Well, Matt needs it. I got calls for like, hey, you can direct. I mean, I got offers to direct studio comedies, like crap shit that I probably didn't want to do anyway. But, you know, in my head, I was just like, you really don't know what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe I could go fool people for a little bit, and maybe I might get lucky here or there with a scene or two, or I might pull off a little bit, but it's not in my DNA. I don't have that competing skill set. So whatever I've got channels through him.
It's like any time that you get a band, you can sit there and be like, okay, well, it's all Eddie Van Halen. But as soon as David Lee Roth leaves, you're like, fuck that band. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, and Eddie can sit there and say, well, I write everything. And it's like, yeah, but you're not Van Halen without David Lee Roth.
Bring in Matt. Where I can get to be tough is exactly where Trey's not, and where he can be tough is exactly where I'm not. That's helped us in the business of the whole thing, too.
So we want to kind of facilitate you guys having a conversation.
All
So
right.
like almost that you're interviewing each other in a sense.
Are we talking to each other?
You can talk to each other or
That'd be really
also
weird.
looking into camera as well. So,
You know, you won't get in an argument with Trey. Trey's not going to argue with you about something. And I'll argue about your fucking everything all the time.
But try it. If it doesn't feel right, we'll flip it out.
Yeah, it's not going to feel right, I'll tell you. Us talking to each other is not, we don't talk to each other like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw a wrench in your thing. If you want us to look in the camera and answer questions, we can do that. So this is the camera. Which one's the camera? The middle one, okay.
Trey and Matt's the band. And no matter who does what or whatever, that's the band.
We're trying to find out exactly what Kyle agreed to.
There can't be anything in that agreement that allows a company to do what they're talking about to Kyle.
Hold up, here it is right here. By clicking agree, you are also acknowledging that Apple may sew your mouth to the butthole of another iTunes user.
Really broke. So Matt's so broke he can't even afford to fix his glasses.
Yeah. It broke at a bar, and so I did this little thing with a paper clip. And see how it's all swirly? People think it's a fashion statement. People think it's a really...
I was renting a studio apartment, and I had a little futon on the floor, and Matt would kind of get all his dirty clothes together at the end of the day and sleep on those.
Any money we had was to live or get our own thing going. We created this thing called Spirit of Christmas on VHS. People started copying and copying, and that became this like viral video, but before the internet.
It's crazy now to look back at Spirit of Christmas. You're like, what the fuck is that piece of shit? It's crazy.
Tomorrow is my birthday, yet all is not right.
Your birthday is on Christmas? That sucks, dude.
I must find a place called the mall.
Well, we can take you to the mall, Jesus. Yeah, it's over this way.
We'd have people call us and say, dude, you got to see this thing. I'm going to send you this thing. And we're like, that's ours. And then we had people, because we didn't put our names on it. That was another thing that drove people nuts. We found out people were getting jobs saying that they did it. Dudes were getting directing jobs, commercial jobs, and we just like had no job.
So, like, we got the guys that made Spirit of Christmas, and we're like, we made fucking Spirit of Christmas. They're like, yeah. We pitched it to Fox, and we actually made these big things with construction paper on them. And I was so proud of it. It was like a school project. The woman at Fox at the time was like, yeah, no, you know what people want to see in animation is they don't want to see kids, they want to see families. And we're like, well, we can get into the family. You know, we've got, each boy could have their family, and she was like, no, yeah, it's just not going to work. We went to Comedy Central with it.
Music from Primus opens South Park, and from there, 4 8-year-old boys and other crudely drawn characters will rock your world.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
The highest-rated television show on cable for more than a month.
You go to hell! You go to hell and you die!
South Park on Comedy Central, an instant cult hit and cultural icon.
Here you go, Anakin Head.
Good! You deserve to die, you little bastard!
Hi, my name is Leslie. I'll be your genius.
This is all for the pilot. So they'd put this mouth on, and then they'd shoot, 2 frames of film, and then they would take that mouth off, and then like they would dab it like that. That's how sometimes they'd get coffee on the teeth. It took the guys 2 to 3 hours to do one shot, and it took pretty much all summer to do the pilot.
No, Kitty, this is not Pud Pud. No, Kitty, you're bad kid. No, Kitty, it's not Pud Pud. Mom!
This is where Cartman gets the anal probe, and it's when that bright blue light comes in, you know, he's laying in his bed right here. It's mostly Trey's style from high school and drawing. The style comes from his passion of Monty Python and the style that Terry Gilliam did in Monty Python. You know, like it was still animated, but you didn't have to draw every frame. We can just draw our characters, and some of the comedy comes from the crudeness of the animation.
Wow, this is great. Boy, this looks shitty.
Like this is our original panning shot.
Yeah,
for the cafeteria.
Yeah, so the frame would be like that, you know, so we pull the camera way in.
Depending on what was taped down and what wasn't taped down on the animation side of it, that would bring these characters to life. Like, because as you're, you know, changing the mouths or putting down different eyes, your character would have a slightly different bump and a little jiggle to it.
It's still stop motion animation. It's still someone moving Cartman over and going keyframe. It's still just frame by frame and a bunch of really talented people looking at every piece of visual art and doing it really fast.
What should I do in my iPad next?
So instead of coming from back here, start him here beside you, and he's like, what should I do next? And he's still doing his thing. Well, what should I do next? Hello, man, you not the fan? Or maybe I should buy some app. He turns and then moves this way. So he'll have a little bit of front view. Where he's like, wow, this is totally awesome. Tap, tap, tap.
Is there a season where you made the decision, like, we're going to start turning it over in a week?
No, it just started happening where we would do it in 2 weeks, and then we would do it, and oh my God, we just did a show in 10 days. I can't believe that was crazy. And then it was like, oh my God, 7 days. And it was like, oh my God, we just did it. And then it just turned into like, we just do a show a week, and it just kind of got there. Technology got to the place that we could do that too. 15 years ago, we were using $30,000 desktop boxes that were really specialized, and even they were like creeping slow compared to now we just have Macs off the shelf. So basically the show can keep up with as fast as we can go.
Yeah, just keep a frowning mouth on him.
Time to kick off the road to the 2011 Tony Awards, Broadway's biggest and brightest night. The Book of Mormon leads all shows this year with 14 nominations.
So happy for you, Trey. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Celebrate by working all day. Yay, fun.
I was thinking the chick on the back could be Lady Gaga, because then you could put her in like a sweet costume.
She's the one who agreed to it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's her new lipstick.
Yeah, Kirstie Alley, that's pretty funny, right? We're gonna make it an actress, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of making it some actress, like one of the nominees from this year's Oscars.
They've said fuck you to every celebrity pretty much, which they were doing before the show too. They would fart on celebrities at parties. And now they do it on the air and the celebrity smells it.
Mr. Cruise, you can't just stay in the closet, all right? You need to come out.
What's going on?
Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet.
Paris Hilton is making an appearance at the mall.
You know, at SNL, it's like, we might want that person to host. Do we want to pick on that person? Or that person is already mad at us because of this. You know what I mean? There's all political reasons.
Get in there and see if you can disarm the snook in Miss Clinton's snatch.
All right. I'm nearing her sniz now.
What they want to do and being funny is just like, that's it. You know, it's like, that's the priority. That's like, they don't worry about anything else.
Ah, my nipples, they hurt. They hurt when I twist them.
Oprah's vagina has killed a police officer and taken several people hostage.
Good. Miss Lopez, we're dropping you from the label.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Mostly it's just because that's their personalities, to be like, fuck everybody 360 degrees.
Trey got nominated for Blame Canada. And so I think I went as your date, right? So it was like, well, you can go as Trey as a +1, and he didn't have a girlfriend at the time. And he's like, you can go with my date. I'm like, oh, that's funny. So then it was like, well, wouldn't it be funny if I shaved my legs and dressed up in a fancy dress and tried to pass myself off as some weird-looking, tall Eastern European model or something?
We talked about like big duck outfits, and we're like, well, if we go in with big duck costumes, they're not gonna. Then they have a reason to not let us in. But if we're wearing what other people are wearing, then they really can't say you can't come in.
A friend of ours had sugar cubes with LSD
That's so crazy now to think. Like, just
so nuts.
The whole idea you would go, I mean, even to just go, okay, you're gonna go to the Oscars, take acid and go to the Oscars, I'd be like, no, dude, I'm not doing that because I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. That'd even be too scary.
They have all these streets blocked off because you have to go to the biggest limo line in the world to get dropped off.
And it was like we finally got to the front, and we were both, I think, going, oh shit.
If you've taken acid, you know that one of the trippiest parts of when you're on any psychedelics is transitioning, when you go inside to outside or outside to inside, you know, like that, oh, we're in a different space. And I will never forget the moment getting out of the limo. And there's like 60,000 fucking people and every camera in the Western Hemisphere there. And it was like, let's go.
Right now, we're going to go downstairs to kind of simple and kind of elegant. I don't know. Doubt it. Tell us.
Okay, talk about a fashion statement. Now, two of you are nominated for Best Song, Blame Canada.
Matt's not.
Yes, I'm not.
We said we can't say anything about the dresses.
Nothing about the
no
dresses.
Matter what they
so
ask
everyone
us,
would go,
don't say
guys,
anything.
what about the dresses? Why the dresses? And we go, magical night tonight. Just all the stars are out.
Is that why you're in the dress? It's just such a magical evening, and everyone looks so spectacular. You know, we just wanted to be a part of it all.
It's a night of magic.
What? Come on.
Only thing we could have done a little bit better is we could have put powdered sugar all over our noses. Just have been totally like, fuck you.
I also remember actually then having to sit there in the actual Oscars, and you're coming down off the acid. So you're simultaneously coming down, and you're having to now sit through the Oscars, which fucking suck.
There were people that were like, dude, this is my big night. Fuck you. So, but that was the funniest thing to us. We're like, really? Like, this is fucking bullshit. It's Hollywood. Like, let's rock, you know? But we don't have any friends anymore. I wonder why.
But it's like, I think that maybe now what we should do is fill in all the blanks
Right,
we need.
and
We
then
have to
just
fill
figure
it. We are in danger of doing our typical first show thing where we've just got way too many ingredients. We haven't introduced the idea of apps at all or anything. And that's why whatever this thing is at the end is gonna have to be so fucking fast. I'm just worried about time. It should be one of those things that's about two things. You know what I mean? And not one of our whole other ideas, but like one of the other characters' storylines.
Right. It does feel like the Cartman being pissed off about not getting his thing.
Like him going home and screaming at his mom saying, "You fucked me," because now all the kids think I have an iPad and I've got to show up tomorrow with nothing.
Because everyone thinks I have an iPad. Because I told them because I don't have one. That's how you fucked me.
Because you didn't fucking give me one. She's like, well, we can get you something, but it's going to be your birthday present, you know, for next month. And he's like, that's okay. Then they're at Best Buy, and he's all happy, and he goes over and...
Okay, Wi-Fi plus 3G, 64 gig. This one.
Oh, sweetie, $900?
And she's like, well, no, Carmen, let's get these. Because he's like, did she have a handbook? Fuck you, Mom. He gets up. Doesn't get anything. It's $200, and I'm willing to get you one. He's like, why don't you just wear a condom if you're going to fuck me?
You want to fuck me, Mom? Just say so. Go ahead, here. Huh? Go ahead, Mom. Fuck me. Fuck me right here in the Best Buy.
And it just cuts to the car, and he's crying.
I'm sorry. Oh, does fuck mean something naughty?
Why did you go outside to a police officer and say, help, help, my mom is trying to fuck me? Oh, wait, I get it now. The F word is a no-no word, and I shouldn't say it around other people. I'm sorry, Mama. If you're really sorry, then you'll understand why you aren't getting anything. Well, no, that doesn't really have any logical sense, Mommy, because I'm already being punished by not getting the iPad. Mama. Oh, wait, I get it now. The F word is a no-no word.
Oh, wait, I get it now. The F word is a no-no word, and I shouldn't say it around other people. I'm sorry, Mama.
If you're really sorry, then you'll understand why you aren't getting anything.
This place is built around them being a completely self-sufficient operation. There aren't shows that have been 220 episodes of the same people writing it, directing it, doing all the voices, watching every shot, every frame. And they also preserve that outsider status. Instinctively, I think that helps you to be funny, is to not have allegiance to any organization or whatever. I think that's one of the reasons why it's taking so long to do. I think someone just farted into the PA system. And I guess there's a good chance that was Trey, but I don't know.
So it's Monday at what, 6:10 p.m. I'm pretty scared right now because I'm up to 28 pages and I still have 5 scenes still to write. and each scene's about a minute long usually. So this is gonna end up being about a 40-page script, I think, which just means it just becomes brutal because you have to go back in tomorrow and start, as you're coming up with new stuff, and you've got to start taking scenes that are there and figuring out, okay, how can we make this same thing happen in half the time and rewrite it? And I sort of always call it the rule of replacing ands with either buts or therefores. And so it's always like, this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. Whenever I can go back in the writing and change that to, this happens, therefore this happens, but this happens, you know, whenever you can replace your ands with buts or therefores, it makes for better writing.
The only note I have on this week's show is pussy and faggot and shit. So, do you want to bleep it, push it, have me ask standard? What do you think?
I think we should try to see if we can get pussy and lose faggot.
Okay. Let's see what I can do.
Faggot's not funny. Pussy.
Alright.
It's so fucking ridiculous, but that actually is the way we do things.
The whole Cartman through story in this is about Cartman getting screwed. He gets screwed by his mother, by Dr. Phil, by everybody, and finally at the end, he gets screwed by God.
I need my ass lubed up if you're gonna fuck me, God! Or how about you just moisten my ass with your tongue first, huh? How's that, God? Could you lick my butthole before you fuck me next time?
Standard said maybe not. You can keep that line, but you just gotta be a little less explicit about explaining what that is. So I'm just kind of waiting for Trey to rewrite it, and then I have to send it in again.
Do you think you could have done this episode like if this was season 2? Do you think that you would have gotten?
No. This show wouldn't. No. Like, you go look at season 2 or season 1, and it's so tame. It's like Yo Gabba Gabba by comparison to what we do now.
Go home, you little dildo! Dude, don't call my brother a dildo! What's a dildo?
We do shit now in the show that we could have never done in the second season.
Yes. Oh.
Dad, Randy.
Oh, there was a ghost. There's ectoplasm.
We're always surprised too by sometimes in a week we're like, dude, can we really do this?
Just like most women out there, I've really gotten into queefing lately. There's a lot of fun and interesting ways we can decorate our queefs and just make them more dynamic for the holidays. What we're gonna do is just cut out some paper, like this, and cut out little stars or little moon shapes. I'm gonna just jam those up, and I've got some simple little sparkles from the hobby store. See how pretty that was?
Like, okay, I guess we're gonna do this. We'll see what happens. And then nothing happens, and everyone's like, yeah, it's just South Park. Anyway, and like, you know, that's just sort of, and it's just because, you know, the way that South Park was sort of brought into the world and the way it all started, and even its very first season and everything, that's just what it is. And so it's, for anyone to now, and especially 15 years later, for anyone to go up and go, did you see this thing on South Park? That was really offensive. Someone's gonna be like, dude, shut up, it's South Park. I hope that shit's still funny, bleeped.
Like what?
All that shit about fuck me and fuck me. And the fucking animatics that stare at the Dr. Phil thing.
Eric, you say that your mom fucks you?
Yes, she fucked me so hard. She fucked me on Christmas. She fucked me on my birthday. You know, Mom, the least you could do is kiss me first.
If I was gonna fuck my son, I'd kiss him first.
What do you call it? Green Hornet. That is massive Death Star that I haven't even taken out of the box yet because it's gonna be a beast. Sometimes to get my brain working a different way, sit there and put Legos together, because it's just like you got an instruction book and you just sit there and you do exactly what something else tells you to do instead of you having to tell everybody what to do, and it's just therapeutic. I did that one last run, and actually you can turn it on, it actually walks. It's pretty sweet. McDonald's. I got chicken nuggets, and always with sweet and sour and hot mustard.
Big Mac?
Yeah.
How does McDonald's affect your creativity?
It doesn't. It just makes me happy for like 5 minutes because I hate writing so much because the writing part of it is actually so like lonely and sad, you know, because it's just,
There's that thing. I know everyone's waiting for me to like get it done, and like, and just that little battle of fighting over lines and like trying to figure out what the best way to say certain things are. So I just hate it so much that it's just a little sunshine.
Is Trey back there?
No, it's not.
I'll find it. Okay.
The search for Trey.
So what's going on with this show?
What I'm hearing is that there's a bunch to write. So I anticipate that we'll go real long hours.
Basically, right now, we're a minute short, and I have 4 scenes to write.
So we need some pretty significant cuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost every week on Sunday or Monday, I'm pretty bummed out. I'm pretty much just like, ugh. And then I kind of get a little better on Tuesday, maybe a little bummed out. And then Trey gets really bummed out on Tuesday. We kind of hit our lulls and whatever. But I'm always like Sunday, Monday, I'm like, oh my God, this is the show. This thing sucks.
How are you feeling about the episode?
Terrible. I'm embarrassed putting this piece of shit on the air. A lot of funny stuff's just gonna have to get cut out. You just can't have a show where A to B doesn't make any sense. And I'm bummed because I know based on what I've handed over and everything, it's not gonna be a 5 a.m. day, it's gonna be a 9, 10 a.m. day.
Getting Act 2 is that. Then we come back, and that's when it's, okay, the geniuses are going to see us now. And then Act 3, we just start with the unveiling of the thing. And then we go to, they're doing the bubble thing, and Gerald flips out.
And then, yeah, then you
joins
go to
Apple, and we
outdoor
come
thing,
back.
and it's That's great. Yeah, that actually worked.
Hey, Scripps here, guys. Hey.
Oh, thanks for...
Just keep the action balanced. Here, back here.
Joke. Yeah, right now I just dropped in the audio and pulling the storyboards.
I was in a hurry, you see, and I didn't know what I was agreeing to. I can't even read English.
See, I want to redo these lines all wild. Feel wild. I just want to get them again.
I just clicked agree. I didn't read it. I was in a hurry, you see, and I didn't know what I was agreeing to.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Great.
Part of this is Act 8 now or 3?
It's okay if you start out.
Well, now that doesn't really have any logical sense, Mommy, because I'm already being punished by not getting the iPad. Mama, please can we go back and get the Toshiba handybook? No! Well, then could we at least pull up here and get some dinner? Because I like to be wined and dined after I've been fucked!
Come on. We'll get you separated, little boy. Guess you won't be eating Japanese food for a while, huh?
Oh, no! Don't make me laugh! Don't make me have all the...
I always feel like, wow, I wish I had another day with this show. That's the reason that there's so many episodes of South Park we're able to get done, is because there just is a deadline and you can't keep going. Because there'd be so many shows that I'm like, no, it's not ready yet, not ready. And I would have spent 4 weeks on one show. All you do is start second guessing yourself and rewriting stuff, and it gets overthought, and it would have been 5% better.
Why did you do this to me, God? Next time you're gonna get my hopes up, could you please take me to a grease monkey? Because I like to get lubed up before I get fucked!
The draft is ready, but that's the only one.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah, good.
Good job. Okay, good job, you guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right.
Yep,
Just
good
do
job.
this for the camera.
For the camera. I think it's a good episode. It's really twisted. But Trey can't see it that way. Trey won't be able to see it that way today. Wednesday morning after finishing an episode, he never likes it.
I feel like it's the worst episode we've ever done. That's what that's how I always feel about now.
First shows usually kill us, and this one didn't, and that will have a ripple effect. I mean, that's good.
The first couple episodes, we actually delivered a couple days early. We don't do that anymore.
It was a little bit sloppy and reckless, but sometimes, especially after something like Book of Mormon, we just got to get back in that way. And hopefully the shows will get a little tighter as we go.
At 18 minutes to have this tape feeding to New York so that they could begin rolling.
Let's go, you're waiting for the sky.
Is that an official roll? Excellent, great. All right, see you again next week. All right, you guys, thank you. 1 down, 6 to go.
So they got this feller down at the bowling alley. He gets up on the stage and shits his britches.
What for?
I don't know. But he gets up there and strums a guitar and then just starts loading his britches up like it's going out of style.